Hello everyone and welcome to Cafe Greatness. This is JR live streaming. So the book I would like to present you today is The 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness, written by Jim ROHN. And you know you can have some paper book, but this one actually I was reading it on my Kindle. Very practical. So let's review the 3 main takeaways of this book. The first one is how to get an abundant mindset. You don't want to live in the scarcity mode. The second learning is around how to get financially free. And Jim ROHN is sharing some specific tactics, how to get the right mindset and attitude in order to achieve your financial goals. The third one is crucially important as well, is all about happiness. So I think one of the key learning from this book is, okay, you want maybe to achieve some financial goals, but at the same time, you also desire to be happy on the way while you are chasing your dreams. So 3 facts about Jim ROHN. The first one is he used to be one of the most famous motivational speaker out there. So worldwide recognized as very inspiring. The second one is this book was actually written over 30 years ago in 1985, and it's one of the classics you would like to get to store in your library, you know, to get back and recall some important lessons and take away from this book. And the third one is actually interesting because it is said that Tony Robbins was a mentee of Jim ROHN. So basically Jim ROHN had been his mentor, and which is always some interesting cause and effect fact to analyze. So why this book deserves your attention? It's very simple. I mean, if you look at Amazon, the rating is very high, 4.8. As the title says, it's about happiness as well. You know, so you want to have the best of both worlds and combine everything in your life. Alright, so let's review the 3 objectives of this book. The first one is how to make a life and not only make a living. So there is a big difference between being financially abundant, free, and having a good life. You know, quality of relationships, of hobbies, health, happiness. The second one is how to apply the fundamentals of success. And this is very important. It sounds very common, but he says something along the line that successful people always go back to fundamentals. And this is what we want to do with the books. You want sometimes, you know, to get back to your favorite books and read up the key takeaways and the key learnings to remind your brain, to remind your identity, who you truly are and who you want to become. And the third one, of course, discipline. Jim ROHN is very big on discipline. He says discipline is a master key. And I do believe discipline is a master key in many aspects of life. So definitely something we will be getting back to during this presentation today. All right, so what are the 7 strategies for wealth and happiness? So as you can read, unleash the power of goals, seek knowledge, learn how to change, control your finances, master time, crucially important today. We're all running after time. Surround yourself with winners and learn the art of living well. So strategy number 1 is how to unleash the power of goal. Jim ROHN says you want to be a good planner. And we all heard the expression, failing to plan is planning to fail. So definitely it does apply here as well. Another key idea is reasons are coming first and the way will be shown to you. So you really want to say, okay, maybe you want a bigger house, you want a new car, or go on holidays, or I don't know, maybe enroll in a new educational program. So you really have to decide why you want to do it, why this goal matters to you, and solutions will come in a second time afterwards. As well, Jim ROHN explains that winning is the most fulfilling feeling over the power of money. So this is why the ability to achieve your dreams will be increased and expand over time. So in the short term, you don't want to, let's say, be paralyzed by, okay, how can I do it? What are my solutions to make it happen? No, you want to focus on your reasons, on your objective. Along the way, when you take action, solutions and your abilities, will expand and come to you. Okay, so the next one is how to give priority to priorities. And you definitively want to focus on the major things which are going to change your life. So the question to ask yourself is, okay, what is game changer for me? And where should I focus my energy on and my time? So time, energy, you really want to be careful about that. And as a consequence, to measure in major things and not to measure in minor things. So right now, strategy number 2, seek knowledge. A famous quote from Jim ROHN is, formal education will make you a living and self-education will make you a fortune. So you definitively want to create an educational fund to fuel knowledge, and this knowledge, will fuel more action toward your goals, towards a good life. One of the key of success is to study success. So you want to modelize the behavior, the attitude, the action from successful people from any industry. Could be athletes, could be business people, could be art makers. Whatever they are doing, they're already successful, and maybe you want and you can learn successful practices from these people already right now. The second one is about reflecting on your wisdom. So you want to ponder on successes and failures we all had, and in order to improve, get better, take corrective actions. On the other hand, you also want to learn from other people's mistakes, and I think it's Charlie Munger, the business partner of Warren Buffett, who says, yes, we sometimes do mistakes, but they don't have to be yours. So you want maybe to watch and learn, listen to others, read from the books or the movies in order to speed up the successful curve of your life. Next lesson about knowledge is as well knowledge of reacting and reacting to events. So whatever happened, so are you going to meditate, quiet your mind, or go to the gym, to get this energy back in your body, in your mind? Or maybe are you going to just go for, the short-term reward, sugar rush or whatever? How you react to event matters the most, because I believe it does wire your brain in a certain way on the long term and immediately as well. So chasing knowledge is great, and today we have a plethora of knowledge for free out there on the internet, as you very much know. But the two questions are, how much time are you dedicating to that? And on the other hand, how much money? We spoke before about educational fund, so you really want to increase the number of books you are reading, and I know that because I'm doing it, of course. And it's a book focus oriented channel. Basically, the idea is you become what you read. So if you read a non-fiction book, most likely you will become someone who is focusing on self-development, self-help, along these lines. If you prefer maybe to trigger your creativity, maybe you will be focusing more on fictional books, sci-fi movies. It really depends on what you want to achieve. There is no right or wrong. It could be cartoons or manga. Everything is possible, and you have to find out what is working best for you. So strategy number 3 is learn how to change. Again, we speak about discipline because Jim ROHN is so big on discipline. So the quote is, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. You definitively want to bring more of discipline to free up yourself. Okay, so how do we learn how to change? Jim ROHN says something very interesting. He says that in order to have more, you need to become more. So it's all about the person you become, and who you become is more important than what you get. So the journey is about becoming someone else, someone new, and reinventing yourself. This idea makes a difference between value and time. According to Jim ROHN, you don't get paid for the time, but you get paid for the value for your productivity. It does mean if you manage to increase your productivity, if you manage to increase your value, you should get more out of your work and what you bring to others. So sometimes working longer is not the solution. You want to find smart ways to increase productivity and to create more value in less time. The next idea is called the Murphy's Law. It's very simple. It's basically if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. So if you have a car today, you know from experience or from learning from others that most likely at some stage you will need to go to the garage, need to get some repairs done, and you want to anticipate that. So maybe you want to create a rainy fund. For unexpected events, you need to be ready. We all have to be. As you can see, learning how to change is very straightforward. It's very simple on paper. So why is it so hard sometimes? And Jim ROHN speaks about 3 limitations. The first one is procrastination. You can do it right now as we speak, but maybe you think, okay, if I do it tomorrow, it will be fine. It won't matter. Of course not. If you do it in the moment or as soon as you can, you free up brain space and you free up as well time in your agenda. Procrastination, we have to get rid of that. The second one is blame, and it's very obvious, like blaming others, blaming anyone or anything. If you blame only yourself, then you take full responsibility on how to give your best every single day, every moment, and you are the only one responsible for your own luck. And the third one, of course, excuses, which is very close to blaming. In the morning, maybe you can squeeze in a 5-minute workout session right off the gate when you get up. No procrastination, no blame, no excuses. You want to take full responsibility for your success. The next idea, in my view, is fundamentally important, and I really believe in this philosophy like day in and day out. This one is everything affects everything else. You most likely heard things such as No Man is an Island, which is a book by Jim ROHN, or how you do anything is how you do everything. And these expressions mean something very powerful. It's basically the way you do one thing is the way you do every single thing. This is why you really want to give your best at every task, at everything you take up. The strategy number 4 is how to control your finances. We all have to budget. We all have to plan for today, tomorrow. The idea is very simple. It's doing your best. It's not the amount of money you have. It's really how you manage the money. Do your best with what you have today. The 70% rule is very powerful. It's actually a good guideline how to manage your own budget. You want to live on 70% of your revenue, on your monthly income, if you prefer, after tax income. The 30% left, you will be dividing them between 3 buckets. Bucket number 1 is 10% allocated to charity. Bucket number 2 is allocated to creating wealth. So maybe investing into the stock market, for instance. And the third one is savings, as simple as that. And how to control finances is more a matter of budget and budget discipline and starting early. So if you are 20 years old today, you want to start saving up. Even though you are today, 50 years old, you can apply these best practices as well. The strategy number 5 is how to master time. According to Jim ROHN, time is the most precious of possessions. As we explained before, we want to get into the habit of working smarter, not necessarily working longer hours. So we want to make sure that we find a way to increase productivity. Sometimes we are very much optimistic and we tend to say, yeah, I will take this project and I will go to this roadshow, work on my studies or X, Y, and Z. But the lesson shared by Jim ROHN is, okay, don't let your mouth overload your back. You don't want to feel overwhelmed, and you would like to avoid the stress factor in your life as much as possible. So probably it's better to say less but over-deliver. The next strategy from mastering time is how to list your activities. And we already spoke about that, but you really want to be a good planner. And I think one of the most interesting lessons from this book is, yes, business activities, which is obvious. At the same time, you want to list your leisure time. And Jim ROHN is talking about drifting time. So you want to be listing your drifting time as well. Going to the theater, taking holidays, spending time with the family, cooking, whatever relaxes you, but you want to make sure that it is already written in your agenda as much as you are planning your hours of work as well. The next strategy is all about people. So social relationships, family, friends, acquaintances, social life. You want to surround yourself with winners. This quote, most likely you heard it before. You are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. And behind that, Jim ROHN is asking 3 fundamental questions we all want to answer today, right now. So I invite you to take a pen and a paper and maybe to answer these questions on the spot. You can pause the video. Question number 1, with whom do I spend time? So are you spending time with people who are complaining, who are criticizing, who are being negative? Okay, maybe you want to have a limited association with these people because they bring negativity in your life and takes energy out of you rather than just bringing more enthusiasm in your life. The second fundamental question is, what are they doing to me? So as we explained, do they have a positive impact on your way of thinking? Do they show you more opportunities? Can you learn anything from them? If no, well, maybe you want to dissociate from them because on the long term, it's not going to work. The last question is this association okay with me? So you might want to create a list of people and say, okay, I will associate with these people, I will dissociate with these people, and I will dedicate limited time with these people because, well, you have to work with them, or because you have to share some time within the week with them, or it could be family members as well. So regarding people and social relationships, I really believe that we have enough time in life, but life is too short to spend it and waste it with people deep inside you don't get along anymore. So sometimes it's tough because you might have some previous friendship, history, something in common. It's all about getting to the next stage for you, the next stage of fulfillment and happiness. If you have to dissociate, take action today. At the same time, if you met someone which you very much appreciate, why not going for coffee? Why not sending a thank you note to just acknowledge that you appreciate this person for who she is or who he is? Strategy number 7 is so powerful because it's all about the art of living well. We all want the good life, the qualitative life, not only the number life, not only for the sake of money. No, we want to have something fulfilling. So you want to combine happiness and chasing your goal. Previously, we spoke about how to master time, and you want to allocate drifting time, leisure time, sports time, social time in your agenda, in your calendar, to make sure like you are not cutting corners on the good life. So the lifestyle is as well achieving professional goals and personal goals, as much as increasing the knowledge and the culture. So it could be books, could be theater, could be Cirque du Soleil, it could be traveling, meeting new people, just maybe going to your favorite coffee place and relax. So the next idea is very straightforward. You want to cultivate your garden of relationships. Relationships, I believe, is something you nurture. So you want to dedicate the time. Like everything else, you have to work on it, so to speak, in an authentic and genuine way. You want to really have this proactivity in your social life. And now the ultimate idea of this book, which is by far my favorite: promise yourself that you will never give up. We learn 7 strategies about finance, about time, about your garden of relationships and everything else, knowledge, good life, the art of living. And the most important, we are all on a journey. It doesn't matter if it takes 5 months, 5 years, X, Y, and Z. You just want to enjoy the journey. So appreciate what life is giving you right now, because you don't procrastinate, because you don't blame others. You take full responsibility. And at the same time, deep inside, in your heart, in your body, in your soul, that you will never give up and good things will happen. And of course, never stop dreaming, because you can achieve anything you dream of in every aspect of your life. Stay strong. Right now, if we review the strategies, we have unleash the power of goals, seek knowledge, learn how to change to become more, control your finances, be ready for the rainy day, master time, the priority to priorities. 6th strategy is surround yourself with winners. And strategy number 7 is the art of living well, lifestyle touch. All right? Thank you for watching the video today. I appreciate you for that. I wish you all the best of luck on your greatness journey. Take action. Thank you. See you from Paris. Start small, but start. And then you're gonna get momentum.